Welcome back, guys. So what I wanted to do today was bring an exercise to you that will start working the fretting hand and the plucking hand together. And this is an exercise that I do pretty much every day. It's just really good exercises to get the hands synchronized and working together, but also to start loosening up the fingers of the fretting hand and getting them working more freely in different patterns. Now, what you want to do for this exercise is find a position on the bass where you're comfortable playing with the one finger per fret position that I've mentioned in my previous videos. So for me, that's around the 5th fret. So the second dot on the neck is the 5th fret, and that's kind of a comfortable position where I can hold that one finger per fret for an exercise. For you, it may be elsewhere on the neck. You know, the spacing gets narrower as you go up, so it gets more comfortable for keeping your fingers in that position. But find that position for you. It doesn't really matter for this exercise as such where you play it. It's just being comfortable. Don't work down too far on the neck. If it's not comfortable for you, you'll overstretch your hand, and that's never a good thing to do. So what we're doing for this exercise is assigning each finger on the fretting hand a number. So your index finger is 1, middle finger is 2, your ring finger is 3, and your little finger is 4. Okay, that's important to remember, as we'll be jumbling those numbers up shortly. The initial point of this exercise is to start with a pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then work across the neck, maintaining that pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way. And then we're going to be concentrating on keeping your plucking hand synchronized with your fretting hand, so that as you're bringing your fingers down, you're pressing that note and it's ringing out clearly, keeping your position right on the frets. So remember from the previous video, you want your finger just behind the fret ideally, and work through until that's comfortable. Okay, so that's the really easy section. Now, if you do a little bit of mathematics, you'll work out that with 4 fingers, you can actually have 24 different combinations of those 4 numbers. So we want to work through from 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? And what I mean by that is, so your second pattern would be 1, 2, 4, 3. Okay, and the next one, 1, 3, 2, 4. Okay, and I won't go through all of them today because like 24 is going to take a while to work through. But if you work out all the different patterns that your fingers can move in, and you work through them all, then that brings up every possible combination of finger movement that you could do. And that's a great exercise to do, is to loosen up these fingers, and when you come to play more complex lines, that will help immensely in being able to do that. It gives you the motor skills to do that. And you'll find that there's some middle ground in there where it gets more complicated. You end up having pairs of fingers moving in different directions. For example, if you were doing 2, 4, 3, 1, the first section is moving up and the second section is moving down. And you want to work on those because that's a little bit more tricky, and once you get that down, then it loosens up the fingers an awful lot. So that's working one section of the bass. What I like to do is to work all of those patterns, and I start from the bottom of the bass, but you may prefer to start up near the top where the frets are closer together, but working up up the neck, doing that pattern on every fret. So you get used to the positions of each of the frets all the way up the neck. Don't worry about doing it this fast. I'm just rushing through to get the exercise done. So yeah, I mean, make a list of all those possible patterns. Like I said, there's 24 of them. Just work through slowly. There's no point in rushing. It's best to be correct and work slowly than rush into it and learn bad habits. And that's the sort of sound you want to go for. You want a nice clear tone. You don't want any fret rattle as much as is possible. That's it, really. So just work on that. Get the two hands working together. If you work through each of those patterns, then you'll be well sorted for playing any bass line. Okay, take care, guys. We'll see you next time. Guys, really important bit that I forgot to mention in the main part of the video. When you're fretting the notes with your left hand, obviously you'll find that some of your fingers are going to be stronger than other ones. Now, don't feel that when you're fretting down with like your little finger or your ring finger that you have to do all the work with that one finger. If you hit like that, it's not going to be that comfortable. The basic rule of this is that you always work upwards. Now, your index finger is going to be strong enough to hold down that note. Your middle finger probably is too, but as you're working up the frets, if you hold down just with your pinky, then it's going to be doing a lot of work, but you've got all these other fingers behind that aren't doing anything. So if you're holding down, say, this note here, you can always push down with your other fingers behind the fretting finger. And that holds down the strings, keeps most of the work doing by these three fingers, which means all that finger has to do is hold down that note. It's a minor point, but I just want to add it to the end of the video. Take care, we'll see you next time.